I thought you were on a diet. Like all those little comments stacked up over the years pretty much programmed my mind to believe that I was not going to be good enough until I lost the weight. Hey guys, it's your girl Natalie back with another video. If you're brand new here, I make content about my self-love and abundance journey as well as my weight loss journey, and that is what we will be talking about today. The mindset and the mental aspect and those things that really held me back in losing weight in the past, and also it led to me gaining weight when I did lose a good chunk of weight. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Stay tuned. All right, guys, let's get right into it. I think one of the major things that gets completely overlooked when anyone's talking about weight loss, going on a weight loss journey, dieting, all that stuff, is the mental aspect. It gets completely overlooked. And I think this is probably one of the major things that held me back from losing weight all those times, all those times that I tried. So for me, I had always been a chubby kid. Pretty much from the time I started school up until now, clearly, I have been at least a little bit bigger than my peers, right? And so my family did not fail to comment on that. I think that I knew from a very early age that I was bigger than my peers, and it was not okay. It was not a good thing. It's funny looking back at these pictures now and realizing that I really wasn't that big of a child, but I was made to feel that way because I was always told I was too big to be carried, while also seeing other children my age getting carried by their parents for whatever reason, and I was not. Now, let me be clear. They weren't harping on it. They weren't like constantly like, oh, you need to stop eating and you lose weight and this, that, and the third. It wasn't constant, but it was repetitive enough that from the age of 4 or 5 years old through even now, I'm hearing things like, oh, what are you eating? Are you going to eat that? Oh, that looks like a lot. Isn't it too late to eat? Isn't it too late for that? Like all these little comments. And then of course there's the little comments about, oh, are you on a diet yet? Did you start your diet? I thought you were on a diet. Like all those little comments stacked up over the years pretty much programmed my mind to believe that I was not going to be good enough until I lost the weight. I was not going to be worthy enough until I lost the weight. And so this is the programming that I received. Obviously, they meant no harm, you know. It's just the way they were. It's probably the way that they were raised, you know. So that trickled down onto me, put in my mind that I wasn't good enough until I lost weight, which had a lot of detrimental consequences in my life outside of just not being skinny. And my family was not the only source of this type of information, this type of messaging. I also saw it in the media. You know, I had my childhood favorite shows and things like that. I was a big fan of like different sitcoms and watching MTV and BT and music and all these different things. And I'm going to say 98% of anyone that I saw on television or in the media in general was thin, skinny. And everybody had their belly buttons out, showing off their midriff, either with a piercing or without. And that was like, at one point, my ultimate goal was to get a flat stomach so I could get a belly button ring so I could show it off. Like that was my ultimate goal at one point. And it's still kind of there a little bit. I kind of wouldn't mind. But this is what I'm seeing. I think when it came to seeing plus size people on television, I can only think of three off the top of my head without Googling, which was Queen Latifah, Monique, and she was the main one. She was the first person that I thought of, was Monique. And when I really dug deep and I thought a little bit more, there was a singer. I don't really think she's popular anymore. I don't think anybody really knows her. Kelly Price. She was an overweight plus size singer with a really incredible voice. One of the best albums I've ever had in the 90s, hands down. But those are the top three women that I can think of who are plus size, and they were all black, so that also helps. But that's 3 out of the thousands of other celebrities I was seeing on a regular basis who are all skinny. So that also fed into the programming of me knowing, hey, society doesn't like me the way I am. They don't like my size. They like this size, the skinny size. They like it like that. So me being the way that I am is not good. It's not good enough. I'm not worthy. All this negative programming just seeping in from all these different directions. So that was probably one of the main things that I did not realize was holding me back, like really holding me back from losing weight. All right, so the second thing I want to talk to you guys about is my 2019-2020 weight loss journey, where I lost 65 pounds from August 2019 to about October, November of 2020, and got down to my smallest that I have ever been as an adult. Insert pictures. And yes, I want to talk about my mindset during that journey, or really rather as I got closer to my goal, the mindset that I had. And this, I think, is the biggest reason that I did start gaining the weight back. Obviously, there's going to be some details involving my diet and my exercise and those things. And that's going to be in part 2 of this video, because if I put it all together in one, we'd be here for like half an hour. Anyways, let's get back into this part of the story. So in 2019-2020, I lost 65 pounds. I got down to 199 on the scale. When I started this journey, I decided that I wanted to lose the weight by my 35th birthday. In August, I was still 33. My birthday's in October, so I was very excited about the fact that more than enough time. I had over a year to lose the weight and get down to my goal weight, which at the time I set at a minimum of 185. I just wanted to see what my body looked like at 185. I didn't want to set it for any lower than that. So my goal was to get to 185. I had 80 pounds to lose and 15 months to do it. I ended up losing 65 pounds in that 15-month time span. I believe a major part of me gaining the weight back is that I was so focused on losing the weight by the specific date that I didn't make any goals. I didn't make any plans. I didn't have any like what happens after. So I told the universe, hey, I want to lose this weight by this date, and the universe provided. Now, granted, I did not hit my goal, but I was pretty close, and also I reached a milestone of getting under 200 pounds, which is something I hadn't seen since high school. So it was a big deal to me that I even was able to see 199 on the scale. So it felt close enough. It was like, this is close enough, kind of, you know. I hadn't intended to stop losing weight at that point. I still wanted to continue and go further, but because I hit some roadblocks and some stumbles, and my mindset was kind of like, this is the date where I'm stopping. You know, it's not even, I didn't say this is the date that I'm stopping, but this is the date that I want to hit my goal by. And anything after that is whatever. Like, that's the information that I gave the universe. That's kind of the information that I told myself. And, you know, I was just pushing for me to reach the goal by my 35th birthday. Now, granted, insert picture, I did look good, but unfortunately, it didn't last. And like I said, there's so much more to that story, specific details that have to do with like what I was eating and how everything got triggered. That's going to be in part 2. But this video, I wanted to specifically talk about my mindset during that journey and how it kind of, things got messed up and turned around because I hadn't thought about or planned or made a goal even to continue losing weight after my birthday, or even maintain my weight long term after I finally hit my goal. And I feel like that combination had to do with, one, just focusing so much on hitting this goal by this milestone age, and 2, that childhood trauma of not really believing or feeling like this is something that is for me, like I can do, you know. It kind of like I kind of still had that in the back of my head that you're fat and you're supposed to be fat and you will always be fat because you're not good enough, you're not worthy, etc., etc., etc. So those are the things that played into my gaining the weight back on a mindset and like emotional level. Like I said, there will be more to the story. You guys will get the details in part 2. If you are interested in that video, make sure you give this video
a like, because I know you like me. You're still here. I know you like me. Just hit the like button, and also go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you'll be notified when part 2 does come out,
because it will be dropping soon in a YouTube channel near you. Anyways, guys, that's my video. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Old subscribers, I love you so much. New subscribers, thank you so much for hitting the like button and subscribing and doing all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys. Anyways, make sure you hit that bell button so you'll be notified when part 2 comes out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.